chase is on, and look who's chasing, and look who blocked.
The illusion of faith. There's a saying in sports, trust is earned, not given. But in Los Angeles, that rule doesn't seem to apply. Because year after year, season after season, the Lakers placed their fragile hopes in the hands of one man, Anthony Davis. He was supposed to be the future, the next torchbearer after LeBron. A mix of size, skill, and defensive brilliance rarely seen in NBA history. He was a chosen one. But now we're left with questions, disappointments, moments of brilliance surrounded by long stretches of silence, or worse, absence. And yet, somehow, they still trust him. Why? Why do the Lakers still treat Anthony Davis like a franchise cornerstone when the reality shows something far more fragile? This isn't slander. This is a wake-up call. Let's talk about it. Chapter 1, the myth of consistency. Every preseason, it's the same story. This is the year AD dominates. He looks stronger. He's added muscle. He's more focused. And for the first 5 games, you believe it. You see the 30-point nights, the blocks, the dunks, the dominance. But then it fades, slowly, painfully, like watching a bright flame struggle to survive a gust of wind. Why is consistency so elusive for Anthony Davis? He's 31, not 38, not on his farewell tour. He should be in the peak of his powers. But the truth is, we never know which AD we're getting, the destroyer or the disappearing act. Some nights, he looks like the best big in the league. Other nights, you forget he's even on the floor. And don't get me started on the injuries. We all know they happen. But with AD, they come like clockwork. And not just the ones that sideline him. I'm talking about the nagging ones, the ones that make him play timid, the ones that change his body language, the ones that turn him from predator to passenger. The Lakers built their strategy around a superstar who only sometimes plays like one. That's not a foundation. That's a gamble. And the house is starting to win. Chapter 2, defensive anchor or defensive excuse. Let's be honest. The main argument for keeping trust in AD is always the same. He's elite defensively. And look, no one's denying that when locked in, Anthony Davis is a generational defender. But here's the uncomfortable truth. That version of AD shows up maybe 40% of the time. The other 60%, he gets lost on switches. He avoids contact. He jogs back on defense. He complains to the refs while the opposing team scores in transition. And the worst
bang! He ties the game at the buzzer!
The coaching staff, even some fans, they all lower the bar as long as he gives them rim protection. Everyone claps like it's 2020 again. But this isn't the bubble. That version of AD is long gone. And the Lakers, who wants to find dominance with players like Kareem, Shaq, Powell, now act like a couple blocks and good effort on defense is enough from their superstar big man. It's not anymore. If you're paying him max money, expecting him to lead post LeBron, you need elite every night, not every third game if he feels like it. Chapter 3, the weight of the crown and the fear of letting go. The Lakers are a legacy franchise. They don't rebuild, they reload. Or at least, that's what we like to believe. But the uncomfortable reality is, they're scared. Scared to admit that Anthony Davis might not be the future. Scared to face life after LeBron. Scared to start over. So they double down. They extend him. They design offenses around him. They build rosters that fit his style. Even when his style changes like the wind, they pretend the crown has already passed. When in reality, no one's strong enough to wear it. AD isn't built like Kobe. He's not built like Giannis. He's not the alpha. He's not the voice. He's not the anchor. He's a supremely talented number 2 forced into a number 1 role. And we, the fans, are the ones who suffer. Because while the Lakers play this game of maybe next year AD steps up, the rest of the league moves forward. The window closes. The excuses pile up. And we're left with nothing but highlights from 3 years ago and press conference promises that never materialize. So I'll ask again, not with anger, but with clarity. Why do the Lakers still trust Anthony Davis? Chapter 4, Leadership in Silence. What separates the good from the great in the NBA isn't just skill, it's voice, presence, accountability. When the storm comes, when the offense stalls, when the locker room fractures, who speaks? For the Lakers, it's never Anthony Davis. And that's the problem. You watch the games, LeBron talks, coaches shout, role players like Austin Reeves show more vocal energy. And AD, he lowers his head, he shrugs, he disappears behind the curtain of, I'm just focused on playing. But being the face of a franchise is more than just points and rebounds. It's leadership, something AD has never embraced. He doesn't challenge teammates. He doesn't hold others accountable. He doesn't demand the ball when it matters. And most importantly, he doesn't demand greatness from himself on a nightly basis. Look back at the great Lakers bigs. Kareem was the rock. Shaq
Bang! He ties the game at the buzzer!
stepped up in the lights of bright. AD, on the other hand, lead with silence. And silence breeds confusion. This team doesn't need just another all-star. It needs a general. Someone to set the tone, to light a fire. And AD, despite all his talent, refuses to become that. You can't be the face of the Lakers and still act like a role player in your own locker room. Chapter 5, the LeBron problem. Whether we admit it or not, LeBron James' presence has protected Anthony Davis for years. He's absorbed the blame. He's carried the offense. He's been the voice when things fell apart. He's the one everyone looks to, even at 39. And that's created an uncomfortable truth. Anthony Davis has never truly had to lead. The Lakers won a title in 2020, yes. But in the bubble, with a healthy LeBron leading and AD playing arguably the best basketball of his life. Since then, the cracks have only grown. Every year, the hope was that LeBron could gradually step back and AD would rise. But he hasn't. Even now, with LeBron slowing down, the offense still runs through him. The leadership still depends on him. The momentum of the franchise still leans on his shoulders. Meanwhile, Davis is supposed to be the heir, but acts more like a passenger. And the Lakers front office keeps doubling down, betting that one day, AD will take the mantle. But here's the hard truth. Maybe he never will. Maybe Anthony Davis just isn't wired to be that guy. Not the alpha, not the leader, not the one who looks the enemy in the eye and demands the ball with the game on the line. And that's what makes this trust so dangerous, because it's not based on results. It's based on potential, hopes, memory. The Lakers are clinging to a version of AD that might not exist anymore. And if they keep doing that, they risk wasting not just LeBron's career, but the next 5 years of franchise.